Hey YouTubers, Mike B back with another video. As you can see from the title, we're going to be going over the top 5 oldest military cartridges that are still in use or still in service. This is going to be a worldwide thing, and I've always been pretty curious about this and did a little bit of research. It really doesn't take that much to figure this out, and decided to pull a few rounds that I have in my little stash to kind of show you a visual aid, show you what I'm talking about, and we're going to kind of go over the history of each round and how long it was used and such. And we're going to start with number 5 being the 12.7 by 99 millimeter cartridge, aka the 50 caliber. So this was designed in the late 19 teens, but wasn't officially adopted until 1921. So this was originally like an anti-tank round, and that's why its size is so impressive. It was made to go through armor, and it was more of an anti-material round than it was an anti-personnel round. Uh, John Browning put it in the M2 50 caliber machine gun, which we and basically every other country that has a military budget in the world uses as their heavy machine gun. It's so versatile, and this round pretty much will take out anything in the world that's living, or a lot of non-living things too, cars, vehicles that are bigger than that, you name it, material. Anyways, this is a dummy round, which is why the holes are in here. Real round wouldn't have those, of course, but I actually don't have any live 50 caliber rounds because they're expensive and I have no reason to own one. So yeah, this round, just to kind of compare it, if you've never seen a 50 caliber round, I'm going to put a 5.56 by 45 millimeter cartridge next to it, and that's what's used in the M16, and that's the official NATO assault rifle cartridge. So you can see how drastic the difference is in size. It is just a beast of a round, and I don't foresee it going away anytime soon. So, and that's still being used, obviously, and probably will be for another 50 years at least, because they keep trying to replace it and find a better round, but it just can't be replaced. So that's number 5 on our list. So number 4 on our list is one that just barely made the cut since it's not as widely used as it once was, but still it's technically in service. And we'll uh, we'll show you that right now. You'd probably be surprised. We have the 7.5 by 55 millimeter Swiss. This is used in the MG51 machine gun, medium machine gun, and it was used from then until now in a lot of reserve units. They've still got the old equipment. This cartridge has been in use since 1911. This is the GP11 ammunition. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus here, but it just doesn't want to. We'll try this. And this is the GP11, which came out in 1911 with a different powder charge. It was a more robust round. It's got a 307 diameter bullet, and this was used in the 9611 conversions, the Gewehr 11s, the K31s, the K11s, you name it, all the way up into their machine guns and their marksmanship rifles, like sniper rifles and such. And in reserve units today, they're phasing out the MG51 for a newer machine gun, but this is what this is the caliber that's been in use for now, let's see, 106 years. So starting in 1911, and as of 2017, July, there's still a few of these machine guns that are in use in the Swiss military. So that takes our number 4 spot, and now we'll move on to number 3. Number 3 is one that most Americans hold near and dear, and it's got a pretty impressive service life. It's being sort of phased out more and more, and then it made a comeback in recent years with special operations units in the U.S., the Marine Corps, and some pilots and stuff carrying the M1911, utilizing the 45 automatic Colt pistol or ACP cartridge. So this cartridge is celebrating its 112th birthday this year, and it's still being used in handguns and actually some machine guns. The UMP-45 was a beast of a weapon. Some parts of the German military still use the H&K USP. Official and unofficial use of the USP around the world and other various 45 caliber pistols it's enough to actually put this on the list as still serving and still being used by a military force. We're not counting law enforcement, because law enforcement, there's a more variety of different kind of rounds. We're kind of just doing the military ones, kind of go with the theme of the channel. But yeah, so this was introduced in 1905, and then it wasn't made popular really until the 1911 handgun got really popular in 1911, and everybody said, "Oh my God, this is the one of the best pistols," and the 45 is an American cartridge, and So it was pretty interesting that it's actually still serving. It's a beast of a round. People like it. It performs well. It's got its purposes. It's easy to suppress, etc., etc. So yeah, that's why it takes our number 3 spot, because it's been in service for 112 years. So now we'll move on to our number 2. This has got to be one of the most extensively used cartridges beside our number 1 choice since it was introduced in 1902. So we're celebrating our 115th birthday, beating out the 45 ACP by just 3 years. You guessed it, we've got the 9x19 millimeter parabellum round. It was originally developed in Germany in 1902 and made very popular with the pistol model 1908, aka the Luger, and subsequently in machine guns, or I'm sorry, submachine guns, and so many handguns I can't even keep track and even get a valid number. It's still being used today by NATO. This is their official handgun cartridge. The military just adopted the Sig P320, which fires this round. And submachine guns, handguns, carbines, little whatever carbines that they made that fire these. You name it, this thing's been everywhere in the world at some point. And it's one of the most versatile cartridges. And now we've got even better loads, so it's becoming even more popular. I don't see this going away probably in my lifetime ever. So our number 2 choice is a really good choice. It's a little smaller than the 45 ACP, but it's got its pros and cons. So I'm not having that debate on here which one is better, because they're both really impressive as far as their service length. But this has got 3 more years on the 45 ACP. And yeah, happy 115th birthday, 9mm. Now, you guys have been waiting for it. We're going to move on to our number 1 choice. Our number 1 choice is probably something that a lot of you surplus enthusiasts are probably guessing. It's one of probably the best rounds ever invented. It's got its flaws, but it is what it is, and it's still being used almost in every non or underdeveloped country and a lot of developed countries. We've got the 7.62 by 54 rimmed cartridge. This baby was introduced in 1891 in the 3-line rifle, better known today as the Mosin Nagant M91. This thing has got such an impressive service life, and it's still being produced. This is like one of the most cool stories ever. I mean, this round is a rimmed cartridge, which has been outdated since the 50s when the 303 got phased out. Well, no, it didn't get phased out in the 50s because the Bren still used it. Anyways, so this thing is still used in about every medium machine gun in a bunch of different countries: Russia, China, Romania, you name it. The PKM, one of the most common machine guns in the world, utilizes this cartridge. One of the most common marksman rifles, the Dragunov, the SVD, uses this cartridge. The Mosin Nagant, which is probably one of the most popular sporting rifles, is also still being used in conflicts like in Syria. So I mean, just think about that. 1891, that would be what, 125 years? That's really insane. Like, that's impressive. Or would that be 120, 126? No, it'd be 126. I'm sorry, my math is off. 126 years of service. That's really impressive. And like I said, they still make it. You can still buy this. This is Polish light ball from the 50s. There's so many variations. It's not even right. I mean, 126 years, you're going to have some variation. But yeah, this is the longest serving, like still serving cartridge that I know of. Some people would argue that the 4570 is being used in the Navy's little grapple gun thing. That's not as widespread. This is like, we're talking like worldwide use too, and this is definitely a winner. So yeah, I hope you like this video. I've always been interested in this to kind of see, what's still going on over 100 years later as far as cartridges and such. Just really cool, and I love cartridges and learning about them, learning about the different calibers, why they were designed that way, what their capabilities are, etc., etc. But I'll stop talking so you can get on with your day. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And then if you consider supporting me on Patreon, that would be greatly appreciated. Even just $1 a month helps out. Helps me make videos out at the range and stuff. Pays for ammo, gasoline to get out there, targets, production costs, you name it. So yeah, that'd be really cool if you get the link to that is in my description. If not, that's fine. Not really a big deal as long as you subscribe and like this video. So, all right, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time.